Hi, welcome to our second episode of Behind the Patch, where we get to know our fellow pirates a little better and highlight the greater things that we do. Today, we are joined with a proud Pittsburgh alumni, class of 1986, is an internationally recognized artist, cultural diplomat, and pioneer in hip-hop education and theater. She made history as the first U.S. hip-hop ambassador, performing in over 50 countries and on world-renowned stages like Carnegie Hall, the Apollo, Kennedy Center, Lincoln Center, and United Nations. Today, I'm joined with Toni Blackman. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, and I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be home.
Yeah, where did you just come from?
I came from Solano County. My mom and my cousin, a few of my folks live in Solano County, but we grew up here.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you are class of 1986.
1986.
You graduated from Pittsburgh High School.
Yes.
So for my first question for you, I just kind of want to know more about your high school background.
Uh-huh.
So take us back to your high school days. You know, what type of student were you, and did you ever imagine yourself traveling around the world?
That was always the dream. Mm-hmm. Since I was 9 years old, my goal was to go throughout Africa, South America, Asia, Europe. I wanted to see the world, but I had a really good time here. My high school days, you know how people say you can see people who had a horrible, painful time. Like high school was traumatic. Mm-hmm. Not me.
No?
It was the opposite. We had a ball.
Really? You liked high school?
I loved it. We had a ball, but I was a homecoming queen. So
you were?
I was a cheerleader. Oh. And I was in the student government. And I was president of BSU as a freshman.
Wow, so you did it all.
And I produced rallies. Really? And I produced assemblies. But no, Pittsburgh High School was the foundation for who I've become. Mm-hmm. And I'm really proud. I'm really proud to be from here. Mm-hmm. And the memories I have of high school stayed with me for years. I was packed 2 months early to leave to go away to university.
Yeah.
But I cried the whole 2 months.
Really?
Once I left.
Wait, speaking about university, what university did you attend?
Oh, I attended Howard University.
Oh,
it's a premier institution in the country. I got my bachelor's degree and my master's degree.
In what?
In undergrad, I studied broadcast production with emphasis in theater and African American studies. And then for graduate school, I studied organizational communication. Mm-hmm. I paid for college as a scholarship competitor on the speech and drama team. It was called Forensics, which is something I have to talk to you about in terms of your college. So you're not worried about payment. There are so many unconventional ways.
Yeah, tell me more about it.
Tell me more about it. You get school paid for.
Really?
Yes.
Like what? Let me know, because I'm starting college soon.
I know. So you're going to community college first. So you'll have a year or two to research and study. But you can raise money in so many different kinds of ways that are unconventional. I was on the speech team.
Yeah. Before
I left Pitt, I didn't even know that you could do that.
Really?
No, I went to Howard thinking I was going to get a scholarship on the volleyball team.
Oh, no, that's why it's so easy now, because we have the college and community center. You guys didn't have that back then? No? No, so you guys just had to do your own research.
No, we didn't have a podcast studio. No. We didn't have a team.
Yeah,
no.
Speaking about that, because you're visiting Pitt right now.
Yes.
Is this your first time visiting Pitt in a while?
Well, I came once, but I was on the other campus for the poetry club with Mr. Finn. And then before that, I hadn't been here in over 10 years.
So even walking down the halls, entering this classroom.
Different.
Very different? In what ways? Describe it to me. Back when you were in high school, what would you walk into?
The hallways were smaller. The lockers were right there.
Really?
Yeah. And you had these hallways all separated. So you'd have to go outside to get across to the other hallway. But it was very, very Cali.
Really?
It was like West Side. It was very Cali. Like when you see movies, and it Pittsburgh is a part of that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And you were a cheerleader.
Yeah.
How was football games back then?
Football games at Pitt have always been hype. Even my mom, my dad went to Pittsburgh High School. My mom was a cheerleader. And so one of my aunts was also a cheerleader. And so it's there's a tradition in terms of energy, vibration, community, family. And I love seeing the Instagram posts and social media and seeing that it never left. It's still here. Yeah.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to ask you about hip hop because I did watch your TED Talk about hip hop.
Yeah.
And I loved how you explained how it's more of just a music genre. It's a culture.
Yes.
But I was interested, what made you like hip hop so much? You know, why not jazz? Why not rap? What about hip hop like draw you in?
Well, no, I absolutely love. I fell in love with jazz. Because my major was broadcast production. I focused on radio, so I fell in love with jazz because you would be in the recording studio. It was a studio like this on campus, but with audio, and so it just sounded gorgeous. And a lot of the hip hoppers during the golden era, in that early '90s, they sampled jazz artists.
Okay.
So a lot of the hip hop we love the classic nostalgic 90s hip hop is rooted in jazz, foundations of jazz.
Okay.
But I love hip hop because it was a voice for the voiceless. It's a culture. And, you know, I've been to 51 countries as the first official U.S. hip hop ambassador with the State Department. And it doesn't matter where I am. If I'm in Senegal, if I'm in Ghana, South Africa, Taiwan, the Philippines, Mexico, it doesn't matter where I am, Brazil, hip hop is still hip hop.
Yeah.
It might have a slightly different flavor, but I remember being in the airport with one of my aunties and she saw this girl, skinny girl, obviously probably German, had on 3-stripe Adidas and some sort of jacket. And my auntie said, "Look, Toni, those are your people." And it took me a minute. I'm like, how's this blonde girl my people? And I was like, she's a hip hop head. And then we ended up small talking later. She's a hip hop head.
Yeah.
And so you can find your people in every country, every culture, every religion, every faith, every ethnicity through the connection that hip hop provides. Just like, you know, there's some cats like in the boomer generation, they love like certain rock bands or those doo-wop groups. It doesn't matter what country they go to. They could go to China and be in Guangzhou, China. And as soon as that music comes on, everybody forgets the lines of separation and they just start vibing.
So hip hop is the same within all universal. The 51 countries that you've been to.
It's universal. It's not the same.
But it's similar. It holds the same
There's
roots.
A thread and a connection that is very. And the only city, because I would go to multiple cities in the country, the only city on earth I've ever been to that wasn't clear about hip hop was in Aceh, which is an island in Indonesia. They were most severely impacted by the big tsunami that hit Indonesia. And being on that island shortly after the tsunami to do workshops and stuff, I was shocked. None of them knew who Tupac was. They didn't know who Biggie was. They didn't know. So they didn't even know what hip hop was. But that was the only place.
That's so interesting. And you have, throughout all the countries that you've been to, aside from hip hop, how is all of them like different, like within like the music culture? Like what's your favorite thing about traveling and listening to their music?
Learning new music. Like I love being able to hear the different forms of music. Like there's the different drum patterns, the different instrumentation, the guitar that can sound very different.
Do you play any instruments?
I wish. I played piano for like 12 years and then I made varsity cheerleading and I quit and my mom let me. The only beef I have with her.
Yeah. She didn't let you continue
She should have made me keep it.
Hey, maybe you could still pick it up though.
Yeah.
You can still pick it up. It can't be, you know what, muscle memory. I'm sure you remember. All right, but speaking about the 51 countries that you traveled to, what are lessons that you've learned from seeing the world, and which of those lessons do you think pirates here at Pittsburgh High School can...
Lessons. I think one lesson is to be open-minded.
Okay.
To be patient and tolerant, but also to understand your boundaries, as particularly for women, for girls, to be able to articulate your boundaries in a way that honor what it is that you need to feel safe and to feel comfortable. And the openness, one of the things that I've been able to do is to eat food.
Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite part.
To eat food in different countries and different
Yeah.
cultures. And so my palate is evolved. Now, here's the beautiful thing about being from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
In Pittsburgh, in the Bay, being from the Bay, I'm in the Bay, right? Is that you get access to so many different kinds of cuisines.
That is true.
And
That is true.
and it's not the fake stuff. You can go to other states and they call it Mexican food.
It does not taste like Mexican
They call
food.
it Chinese food. It is not. They call it soul food. It is not. But here you can have access through your friends to be able to try different things. And so and my grandmother was from Louisiana, so I grew up eating Louisiana soul food, and she was the cook out of 13 children. She was the best cook. So my taste buds were high level. So even on my cheerleading squad, there was one year we ate at someone's house, one of the cheerleaders, because we had Italian, we had African American from Louisiana, we had Filipino, we had Mexican, we had what other? There was these 5 or 6 ethnicities.
All in one like potluck?
Squad in our squad. No, we'd go each week. So one week we went to my grandma's to eat. The next week we were having lumpia, pancit, chocolate meat, all that, you know.
So you guys were having like the best food.
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Horrible? Why horrible?
It's too much. I'm on the other spectrum now. I believe in fasting. I believe that if you all came over to my house, I'd prepare you a brunch with green soup.
Really?
And a nice vegetable.
What did you eat for breakfast today?
Today I had a juice made from dandelion leaves, beets, celery, and cucumber. Okay. And then I had some rice crackers and hummus.
Oh, I had cereal. I had Frosted Flakes.
Oh, no. Yeah.
But what has been your favorite food so far, like throughout all the countries? Like, wait.
Senegalese food.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what? What dish?
Senegalese have a national dish called chebujin, and it's made with jollof rice. And it's a rice that's very, very seasoned, and you cook the rice in the same sauce you cook the fish and the vegetables. And it has like cassava, yuca, aubergine, eggplant, a cabbage, carrot, and then they have this fish that they stuff with a parsley mixture. It's just so many complex flavors. And for them, it's their everyday dish. But if you eat it, it feels elite. Like,
that sounds so good.
Yes.
I want to travel. That's the main reason why I want to travel more.
Yeah.
To try more food.
Yes.
Okay, but I found out that you are a public speaking coach.
Yes.
What advice would you give to students here in Pittsburgh High School who struggle with public speaking and want to build their confidence?
Well, public speaking is all about practice, practice, practice.
Okay.
It's also about mindset and how you see yourself. And so it's really, really important to get in the mirror and talk to yourself. To say, hey, good morning, beautiful. You old talented one.
Daily affirmations.
You are powerful. And not just affirmations. You got to own the words. It's about the energy behind the affirmations. That's important. Speak every time you get an opportunity to speak. Make your mistakes become your material. Do not be attached to perfection. That is critically important as well. And to start out speaking about what you're passionate about.
Yeah, and what made you want to become a public speaking coach? Did you ever struggle with speaking publicly?
I always loved to speak, but I was always nervous and afraid.
Yeah.
Even in high school, I won 2 scholarships from public speaking.
Really?
Yeah, and that's how I ended up paying for college. My 5th grade year at Highlands Elementary School, I had a school teacher, Mr. Brown.
Yeah. And
I lost the school student body election because I was shaking during my speech.
Okay.
And I fell down the stairs in front of all the students. But he gave me a speech that day about how to become a great orator. Because he said, what's your goal in life, kiddo? I said, I want to be a great orator. I want to be able to speak. And he told me what to do: study other speakers, take notes. I did exactly what he said. I was only 10 years old. I did exactly what he said. I went to Howard College thinking I was going to get a scholarship on the volleyball team, but I wasn't that good, girl. The ball was coming fast, so I quit. And I went to the speech team coach and said, what do I need to do?
Okay.
And I did it. And thank goodness for Mr. Brown when I was in the 5th grade planting those seeds. because 11 years, 10 years later, that was less than 10 years, whatever years, 8 years later, 9 years later, that's how I paid for my tuition.
Through speaking.
And my graduate degree, I became the coach. They asked me to come back, go take the GRE, come back. And that's how I paid for my master's too, through speaking.
So
Pittsburgh matters.
Mm-hmm. Pittsburgh matters. It taught you how to speak. Okay. So another question. So you're from New York. No, you're from the Bay. Sorry, but you live in New York right now.
From the Bay.
Yeah, wait, how long have you been living in New York for?
25 years.
25 years? Really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I visited New York one time. It was so beautiful. It looks like the movies.
Yeah.
Okay, but how often do you come to the Bay then?
I come once or twice a year.
Once or twice a year? Family reasons?
Just to see family. And then this time I came because I was getting a hometown. I was being recognized as a hometown hero. With there were other folks on the bill, but I got one of the awards. So I came specifically for that. And then I had a cipher event. A classmate of mine, Josie Vera, coordinated an event for me down on the marina at a venue called Dale Vino. And we did a sip and cipher. So I facilitate ciphers.
Could you explain what ciphers are?
Oh, yeah. So I wrote a book called Wisdom of the Cipher, available on Amazon.
Okay.
The cipher represents 360 degrees. It's about completion of thought, giving and exchanging energy, information, and ideas. The cipher is just the circle.
Okay.
If you see a group of artists and they're like this, and they're rapping and they're spitting and they light the fire, that's a cipher.
And what are they rapping about? Is it anything?
Anything. It's about being able to flow. It's about being able to share energy. Also dancers. If you see dancers, break dancers, popper dancers in the circle, that's also a cipher. So the cipher really is the circle. We've been ciphering for centuries, eating in circles, praying in circles, drumming in circles.
Okay.
So it's not new to hip hop, but it's a part of hip hop culture. It's one of the most sacred aspects of hip hop music and culture. It's the circle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was a little confused on that.
Yeah.
I just thank you for telling me.
Yes,
But,
of
okay.
course.
So, you're from the Bay.
Yes.
But now you live in New York, surrounded by so much art and creativity. What differences or similarities do you notice between the two places when it comes to hip hop culture or any other aspects?
Differences. Well, Pittsburgh is a lot smaller.
Yeah, a lot smaller.
New York City has millions and millions and millions of people. I think that there are a lot of people living in its compact spaces. Like the apartment building that I live in has I think what is it, 85 units, and it's a lot in one building. And I think aside from the weather, it's culturally different.
Yeah.
Like the West Coast, people are a lot more chill and easygoing, particularly in the Bay. In New York, people are driven. They're getting where they got to go. People drive a lot and drive everywhere here. In New York, people walk a lot.
That is true.
And it changes the vibe. And it's actually, New York is busier, a bit more stressful, and a bit more dirty. But people tend to be a bit more healthy because they have no choice but to be active. They have to walk. And I think culturally, there's a lot more to do. There's a lot of options. There are block parties, street festivals, museums, and that sort of thing, versus Pittsburgh being more of a suburb-ish town. You don't have all those options. But what I do love about the evolution of our community here is that there is more to do than when I was your age.
Okay, so because you did go from a small place like Pittsburgh right here, and then you went from New York, way bigger.
Yeah.
You know, the buildings are bigger, the streets are more wide. How do you think the environment has changed? How do you think the change of environment has impacted you? And how would you allow that to, how do you advise students right now that are maybe going to university outside of Pittsburgh, bigger cities? What advice would you give them?
Well, I think that the change was really good for my spirit because I needed more. I needed more stimulation. I'm an artist.
Okay.
So I needed opportunities. And then I came to a point where I needed to have a balance of both.
Yeah.
The challenge is that New York is way on the East Coast and Pittsburgh is way on the West Coast.
Okay.
So it wasn't easy to go back and forth in
Yeah.
that way. But I was able to find that variety, that balance there. And for students who leave Pittsburgh to go away to college, remember to leave, but also remember to come back. Like, as yes, go.
Yeah.
Yes, dream big.
Yeah.
I'm a believer of using your passport.
Yeah.
I'm a believer of getting in a car for a road trip.
Yeah.
I am a believer in finding a place and putting art on the walls where you want to be. Choose where you want to be, because where you live matters to your mental health and your physical well-being.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Because it is going to be a big change for some of our seniors here. You know, they're going from a small little place like this to a big city.
Yeah, and to accept the change is change. Sometimes there's discomfort, but you eventually become more comfortable and more confident, and you will never ever regret trying to do something new and different and exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so on that topic, if you could challenge every Pittsburgh student listening right now to
Yeah.
take one action this week towards their goal, what would it be?
Ooh, one action towards your goal. I would say that every student should make a list starting from the end.
Okay.
So whatever the goal is, go to the goal and then go back, make a list of at least 7 to 10 things you need to do to accomplish that goal.
Okay.
And then you just do one thing at a time. And the key is not intensity, but consistency.
Okay.
So if you can do one thing this week and another thing at the end of the week or next week, the key is consistency. You'll reach the goal eventually, but you got to show up.
You gotta be consistent.
Yes.
That is true.
Yes.
You have to actually work towards your goals,
Yes.
guys.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you coming out here, and I hope you continue to come to Pittsburgh. You know, I know you might you love your life in New York, but, you know.
I might be back more than I think. Cause
Really?
my mom I might need to be back more.
No,
so if I'm back, I'll come and visit you guys.
Yeah, we need more people here in Pittsburgh. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything you want to say to the camera before you say bye?
No, I just thank you for having me, and I'm really proud. Be proud of where you're from, and also don't get stuck where you are at the same time.
Okay.
Live.
Thank you so much, Toni Blackman, for coming out and supporting our podcast. It has been amazing getting to know more about you, listening about how Pittsburgh has evolved. Thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.